Hey, what's up? What's up? I'm SKV and you're watching SKV Plays On.
So, the first one is Fallen Friend. Two men stand guard on the Memphis Eastern Canal. The south one looks solemnly at his sunken friend. If you follow his gaze, you can find him and meet on the river floor. So, once you go to Memphis, you need to go to Memphis. We're in Memphis, and in Memphis, you go to the Eastern Canal, which is here. It's close to this Memphis fast travel point. It's close to it right here. You can see it. And once you're there, you can see the two men who are standing guard. That one there, the two men are the huge statues that are standing guard in this canal. And the south one, this is the north, this is the south. The south guy is staring right at his fallen friend, which is at this sunken ship over here, or a sunken boat. What you need to do is reach this sunken ship and then jump into the water, and you will be going and finding his friend. There he is. That's the sunken ship, that's the friend, and you'll find the loot over here. That's it. Okay, so the next one is Forsaken City. At the bottom border of Parytonian is a village of ghosts. I'm in the house of the blasphemous man who built his house furthest from Ra, the sun god's dawning grace. So you need to go to Parytonian right here. It's in the north, right near Alexandria. Once you reach Parytonian, you need to go to the bottom border. There's a fast travel point. Use the fast travel point to go to the bottom border over here. This is the bottom border. Once you reach there, you can see this. That's the fast travel point. Once you reach there, you can see this ghost town over here. And Ra, the sun god Ra, that's the sun. And the farthest house that is from this sun's gaze is the one I'm here at. This is the one. Here you're going to find the loot. That's the town, and this is the farthest one from the sun. So it's farthest from all of them. So this is where you're going to find the loot, and that's it. Okay, so the next one is the Blasphemer. There is a place of remembrance for the unfortunate masses in northwest Horisnome. While I rest here immobilized, I cannot escape Ra's grace, but at least every dawn I avoid him longer than the others. So we need to go to Horisnome, which is here, near to this Fayum, Horisnome. Once you reach here, use this fast travel point towards the northwest, and when you come to the fast travel point, you can actually see there's a town over here with the unfortunate people in it. And once you reach there, you need to make sure you need to go to the one type of a small pyramid which gets the last sunlight early in the morning. So that pyramid would be this one, because this rock here is going to block the sunlight early in the morning. Early in the morning, the sun rises from the east, and this one is blocked, and this one gets the last sunlight. So there is where you're going to get the loot for your legendary or rare item. That's it. Okay, so the next one is a few hundred meters. This is the fertile lands. This papyrus is called Fertile Lands, and it says a few hundred meters northwest of the temple of Sekhmet in Yamu. which resides by Lake Mareotis. There is a great place to go for a date, full of palm trees and surrounded by desert. One rock fence was built and closed off with no exit. Find me there. So what you need to do is go to near to Lake Mareotis. There is a place called Temple of Sekhmet in Yamu. Use the fast travel point or this fast travel point and reach here. Once you reach here, you can see towards this side a few hundred meters is the palm trees that was mentioned in the Papyrus. When you reach this palm trees, you're going to find a fencing made of stone and has no exit, which is this one right here. Once you reach this palm trees, from there to here, this is the place. And once you reach here, make sure you go into this, and in between this you're going to find the loot over here, and that's it. Okay, the next one is underground currents. This one says south of Cyrene in the Green Mountains there is a lake whose water comes from a magical stream. I'll be at the source of that magic where water flows from nothing. So we need to go to the Green Mountains, which is, this is the Green Mountains here, and this is Cyrene, and south of Cyrene is the Green Mountains. So once you come here, make sure you use this fast travel point to get here. This is the spot you need to get to. It's south of Cyrene. So this is the south of Cyrene, and close to the south of Cyrene is the lake. You can see the lake over here. This is the lake, and it has a stream going down here. So once you reach here, use this fast travel point which is near to this Roman hunting camp, and once you reach here, you can see that's the fast travel point, and that's the lake. And once you get to the lake over here, you can see the stream going up. It's coming from nothing. This stream is coming from nothing. That's what the Papyrus scroll says. Go all the way to the top over here, and you will be finding the scroll over here. I mean, you will find the loot over here, and that's it. Okay, so next one is Nature's Way. It says in the east section of Canopus, Nome is a ravaged land where many trees fell and lost their homes. I am by the orphan tree whose parents fell down nearby, pointing towards their lonely daughter. So go to Canopus Nome. It's next to Alexandria. Canopus Nome is here, and the east side of the Canopus Nome is this farmland over here, which was ravaged. And you can see on the map itself there are two trees that are pointing towards its daughter. These are the two trees here, the palm trees, and when you reach there, you can see this palm tree is pointing towards this small tree, this palm tree pointing towards this small tree, and here is where you're going to find your loot for your legendary or rare item. That's it. Okay, so the next one is the Stone Gaze. In south section of Mareotis Lake, there is an island full of ruins. A man stares at me all day. It's quite a bother, so I'm hiding behind a column that blocks his sight. When they say a man or two men, they're referring to some kind of a statue that's in the vision of a man. And this is Lake Mareotis. You need to go to the south section of Mareotis, which is this ruins over here on this island. Use the fast travel point. Once you reach here, you're going to be looking at this guy. This guy, he's the one who's staring at the loot. So the loot is behind a column which blocks his sight, which is this column right here, and you'll find the loot over here. That's it. Okay, so the next one is Dead End. In Papyrus Nome, north of Letopolis Temple, you can find me in the farmland. I lay where man's creation brings the Nile water to the desert sand. So you need to go to Papyrus Nome, which is here, Papyrus Nome. And near to the temple, it said, this is the Letopolis. This is near to the Letopolis temple. Use this Letopolis fast travel points, get to Letopolis, and towards the farmland, which is over here. These are the farmlands over here, you can see, and this is the Nile. And once you get here, you can see that these man-made creations, those things, those gadgets that man has created, is bringing the Nile water through the farmlands into the farmlands. But what you need is the water which is leading to the sand and stops. This one is the one which leads to the sand, and once you get here, that's where you're going to find the loot. That's it. Okay, the next one is in plain sight. On an island southeast of Crocodilopolis, there is a river with unnatural color. Nearby you will see the cause, and I'll be inside the only one that's unique. So you need to go to Crocodilopolis. Once you reach Crocodilopolis and you go to the southeast side of Crocodilopolis, even on the map you can see that there is a part of the lake or the water body which is of unnatural color over here. You need to reach over here, and once you reach there, you can use Senu, your eagle, to see the color of the water. You can see the color of the water, it's unnatural, and you can find the source of it, which is over here. And once you reach here, you can see that there are two reds and gold. There are red pools and gold pools. The only one unique is this grey colored one, and in the grey colored one you're going to be finding your loot. That's it. Next one is Dead or Alive. In the southwest section of the Green Mountains lives a monstrous beast with sharp tusks and tough grey skin, which means a giant elephant. Those war elephants, you need to find the war elephants in that area. In his deadly arena, you can find me between the edge of the arena and where he quenches his thirst. Okay, so that means we need to find the camp with the elephant, the war elephant, in Green Mountains, which is towards the southwest of the Green Mountains. Once you get here, you can use Senu to find the water spots in this arena. As you can see there, these are the three water spots over here. So this one is closest to the edge, and you're going to find your loot over here. That's it. Okay, the next one is Royal Flora. In southeastern Heraclean Nome, you can find me beneath a tree who fancies himself king. Okay, so a king means pretty big. So when you get to Heraclean Nome, and this is the southeast side of Heraclean Nome, you can go to this spot over here, which is close to this hideout for some kind of bandits. You can use this fast travel point, or you can use this fast travel point. This one is a bit closer. So once you reach here, southeast of Heraclean Nome, make sure you just use your Senu to scout the area and look for a tree which stands out in the crowd, and that's the one. That's the biggest tree over here. Looking at every other tree, this is the tallest and the fattest one of them all. So I think this one is the king of all trees. And when you get to this tree, underneath the tree you can find the loot over here. The loot will be over here. That's it. Next one is a long drink. In Siva, come find me at the bottom of the only bowl big enough for a god. So once you get to Siva, this is Siva, you can use this fast travel point here. Once you get to Siva, you can see that right near to the fast travel point there's one huge pond like place over here, right next to the lake as well. So once you get there, you can just come over here and you'll find the big bowl which can even well, whatever. In the middle of the bowl you can find your loot over here. That's it. The next one is Divided Valley. In the center of Sapme Gnome, you can find me hidden in a canyon near Attila. I'm under a tree that thinks it's unique, but only because the nearby rock bridge is blocking it from seeing the others of its own breed. So go to Sapme Gnome. This is Sapme Gnome near to Canopus Gnome. Okay, once you get here, go to Attila. This is Attila Outpost. Near to it you can find this canyon over here. You can see this small canyon with the crocodile layer icon. Once you reach here, you need to find the stone bridge, which is this. This is the stone bridge of the canyon, and this is the tree that's view is blocked. And once you get to the tree, you can find the loot over here. That's it. Okay, so the next one is Twin Despair. In Heraclean Gnome, east of the temple of Konzo, is a village that is more water than land behind two houses with different problems, one whose feet are always wet and the other can't cover his head. You can find me sitting under a tree. Okay, so go to Heraclean Gnome right here, and you can find this village which is east of Konzo, the temple of Konzo. The temple of Konzo, east of that you can find this village called the YW Huts. I don't know how you pronounce it. So once you reach here, you can find these two twin houses, one without a roof and one whose feet is always wet. See, no roof and feet is always wet, and there's a tree over here right behind it, and you're going to find the loot over here. That's it. Okay, next one is Undue Haste. North of Apollonia is a lifesaver, which is the lighthouse. I'm next to a lifesaver. It guides in darkness and fog, which is the lighthouse, and I sit beside it under something that did not heed its warning. Okay, so what you need to do is go to Apollonia. It's in this place here, Kyrenaika, I think, and Apollonia is over here. Use the fast travel point here, or you can use the fast travel point which is already unlocked for me. Once you reach here, it says it lies beneath the wreckage that did not heed its warning. So I'm guessing that's over. There's only one mess over here, so you're going to find the loot over here, right here. That's it. Okay, so the next one is wet work. In the Green Mountains where they are building a great adequate. Adequate means a type of a water bridge. Go find its source high up in the mountains. Inside you can find me sitting at the bottom of the lowest pool, tucked away beside the two large jars. Okay, so get to Green Mountains here, and using this fast travel point you can directly come to the bridge. The fast travel point is on the adequate, which is the bridge. Once you use that, you're going to be coming right here. That's the bridge, that's the fast travel point, and the source of the bridge is in the mountains, which is this mountain here. See, all the way here, and you're going to come to this cave where you can find the lowest pool, and you jump into the pool, and then you find the two large jars. Where is it? There it is. And here you're going to find your loot. That's it. Okay, so the next one is Ray of Hope. In the Qatar depression, there is one and only place that isn't dry and sad. At dawn's first light, there is one tree near the valley's entrance, whose roots are halfway between Ra's glory and Apophysis' shadow. Find me there, but make haste, for Ra moves quickly. So we need to go to Qatar depression, where it's a huge desert, and the only place which is not dry and sad is this spot here, which has a small pond, and the valley that they speak about in the Papyrus is this valley over here. And once you reach the entrance of the valley, which is here, you can find the tree which is halfway. So this is the small tree you need to find at the entrance of the valley, and this is where you're going to get your loot. That's it. Okay, the next one is Toth's secret. Southeast of the city of Hermopolis is a leopard's den in Uab Nome. At the top of their territory lies a place where birds should have lived, but they do not. If you take a leap of faith from there, you can find me. Okay, go to city of Hermopolis in Uab Nome. This is Uab Nome, and this is the southeast or the northeast side. This is Hermopolis right here. The southeast side of Hermopolis is this, but it's in Uab Nome, so you need to read it properly, which says southeast side of Hermopolis, yes, but it's in Uab Nome, so you need to be inside the border of Uab Nome, and you can find a leopard's lair, and on top of it there are only leopards and no birds. Once you reach there, you're going to be standing here, and then take the leap of faith, and you're going to find your loot at the bottom of this leap, and the loot is going to be over here. That's it. Okay, so the next one is Sea of Sand. In southeast of Imment Nome lies a broken ship. Pass time till morning, and X will mark my hiding spot. Okay, this one was kind of tricky for me. So reach Imment Nome near to Giza, Imment Nome, and the only fast travel spot is the place where you need to be, and it's a broken ship or a stranded ship which is completely sunk in sand. That's the fast travel points. And once you reach here, you need to fast forward to morning, early in the morning, and the X is going to mark the spot. So make sure you use your horse, and that is the X over there, that post, and use the shadow. You see the shadow? It marks the X. And make sure you reach this spot as soon as possible, because in the game the time is moving forward, and as you can see, this is the spot where you're going to find the loot. And because time moves fast in the game, the shadow also keeps moving forward after a bit. See, I told you. Make sure you get to this spot before the shadow starts moving, and you're going to find your loot. That's it. Okay, now the next one is the Leaning Tower. As the name itself suggests, you're looking for a leaning tower. In Fayum, north of Dionysus, there is a tower with a hole by its feet. It's in need of support, so I sit behind it, but the wooden beams seem more helpful. So what you need to do is go to Fayum here, and this is Dionysus, Sias, or whatever it is. When you use this fast travel point, make sure you go to the northwest of this Dionysus. This is the northwest, northwest, northwest. So use this travel point, get to this spot. Once you get to Dionysus, you can just use Senu to find the leaning tower. As you can see, that tower is pretty straight, and when you look at this tower, it's leaning. You can actually spot it from pretty far away as well. Once you get here, you can see that the beams are holding it, and there is a hole right next to the tower, and you need to go behind this and you will find the loot over here. That's it. Okay, so the next one is Deafening Silence. Alexandria is large and noisy, but one part is quite lonely and surrounded by water, which means an island. The fallen palm tree points to where I lay. So what you need to do is go to Alexandria, and then in Alexandria you can find a silent spot, which is this small island which is surrounded by water. Once you reach the island, you can see a fallen tree, the palm tree, which is pointing in this direction. So go to this spot here, and once you reach this spot over here, you are going to be able to find your loot. That's it. Okay, so the next one is Stone Fungus. In Giza, 3 pyramids stand tall. From the top of the smaller one, you can see quite a lot, even 2 mushroom rocks, the smaller one of which I lay on top of. Okay, so when you get to Giza, this is Giza, you can find the 3 pyramids, and the smallest pyramid you can stand if you want on top of it, or you can just stand somewhere here and you can find the mushrooms right here, the rock mushrooms, or the rocks that look like huge mushrooms. You can find it right here, as you can see, and on top of this small mushroom rock you can find the loot. And that's it. Okay, so the next one is Burning Bush. If you head to the other side of Nile in Inheb Hachet Nome, you can find a peak with a great view of the Nile. Take a look around, then come find me hiding under the only tree nearby. So you need to come to Inheb Hachet Nome, and you can find the peak over here. This is the pretty big hill or the mountain peak, which you can have a great view of the Nile, as you can see right here, as you can see from these images. And once you get to this spot, you can actually see from that is the peak, that is the view, and towards the whole shore or the bank of this river Nile, you cannot see a single tree but this one right here. And as you can see, the bush is on fire, and from what this scroll suggests, the burning bush, that's why this thing is on fire 24/7, and you don't get burnt by it either. So anyways, you're going to find the loot over here. That's it. Okay, so the next one is Just Laws. In Atef Pehu Nome, there is a law that states that you can only make pottery on the east side of the road. I am hidden atop the one illegal clay smoker in the region, which means Atef Pehu Nome, use one of the fast travel points, get to Atef Pehu Nome, and you get to this road, and when you're going down this road, you can find a pottery smoker or the pot smokers on the east side. This is the east side, so on this side of the road you're going to find the smokers, and the one illegal one is going to be on the other side of the road, which is, as you can see, these are the pot smokers on the east side. This is the east side, and the one which is on the other side is over here. That's the one there, and you need to get on top of that to get your loot. and on top of this is going to be your loot over here. That's it. Okay, for the last one, Sobek's Rage. East of Crocodilopolis, south of the Shattered Pyramid there's a large beast of a god stares angrily at the pharaoh who shows himself no respect. I'm hidden behind the blasphemer's head. So there's a huge statue of Sobek, which is the crocodile god. You need to go to Crocodilopolis, and towards the east of Crocodilopolis is this ruin here. You come to this ruin here using this fast travel point, and once you get here, you can see Sobek. That's the crocodile god, the huge god that they just mentioned. He's staring down at the blasphemer, which is the pharaoh. He's here, who's not paying any respect and showing his back to Sobek. And behind this, and you can find the loot over here behind the pharaoh's head. That's the pharaoh who's not showing any respect to Sobek, and right behind his head is the loot. And that's it. Thanks for watching. See ya.